is Doc Rock. Join me at the top. Well, welcome tonight to Lead and Achieve with Doc Rock. I got a special guest for you tonight. We're going to have a great time with us. We're going to kind of bounce off one another, talk about some great things I think that will affect you, affect other people. And I want to talk about this guy. This guy, he's special to me. And his name is Mr. Brandon Watkins. And Brandon is the director of the Cater Youth Services. Director of Cater Youth Services, doing an absolutely great job there. He has a bachelor's degree, in behavior science. He has a master's degree in human services and other things. Matter of fact, he got a degree in theology as well. So he's learned, he's educated, and he's a great dude. And he's my younger brother. He's fight for me, matter of fact, years ago. He probably fight for me now if he had to. Mr. Watkins, welcome to Lead and Achieve.
Just excited to be here. My name is Brandon Watkins. Just to be here, hanging out with my big brother, my mentor. Been hearing some things. Gonna talk about with young people, but honored to be here. Honored to be here.
Yeah. So I tell people, sometimes Brandon, people get us confused every once in a while, our statue and all. But I tell people I'm the good-looking one. So his wife, she did have a different opinion, and mine may have too. But seriously, Mr. Watkins, Brandon, you always had a heart for young people. I mean, growing up, and once you became adult. And Brandon was a youth pastor at one time. Now he's, of course, as I said earlier, he is the director of Cater Youth Services, DYS. There in Decatur, works for the mayor. But years prior, you had a heart for young people. You and Marcy, y'all gave, y'all spent time, you spent energy, you gave your talents. And you just had a big heart.
I did.
And where did that come from? Why?
It's amazing you said that. I had two people in my life that was very important, which is my stepfather, Reverend George Franklin, and then also Doc Rock standing here, that saw me with a group of people, but saw I had something great in me. Didn't judge me, knew I had faced some tough issues in life, and when two people like you and Reverend Franklin took out a chance to do that for me, my passion got after young people. I want to do the same thing for hundreds. I want to step in and let them see what you guys taught me. Because I knew they could succeed if somebody worked with them. So my passion came great for young people. I want to see young people that was in a position at me, that people had counted out, that would not make it. And I want to go in their life and say they can make it. If they get some role models in their life, they can make it. So that's where my passion came from.
Because, guys like you, right? As they say, we want to label people, even like guys like me, he's going to be successful, he's going to do this. And yeah, I did a lot of things right. I did a lot of things wrong too. I was a kid, but I was in a mind of discipline. And sometimes you didn't have that.
No, sir.
And then people would say, forget them, count them out. In school they would say, don't pay no attention to that group. Just let them go ahead and graduate if they are a dropout, because there's no hope for them. They can't do anything. And you are a living witness. Man, you are an example of someone who was given a chance, someone who no one gave up on. Because there was a story. I always like to tell this story.
Okay, go ahead.
And so Brandon was down and staying with me in Tuscaloosa, free, for free. And I was working for General Motors down there and going to engineering school, GMI Engineering Management Institute, Kettering University, it's called now. And Brandon was staying, and Brandon wanted to Shelton State. And I gave him my car. I had a brand new car, Beretta. Nice.
Beautiful.
And he had my car. He dropped me off at work, everything. And then, he just kind of cut up from time to time. And we won't go into details about that, but he would cut up from time to time. And one time, he just cut up. And I just was done. I said, I called my mom. I said, come get your son. Come get him. I'm gonna kick him out. We're gonna get the fight and all that kind of stuff. And so she came and got him. And Mr. Watkins, he was just going off, going crazy. He was saying words he shouldn't have said.
I can't say.
He can't say them. No, can't say them on the air. We'll get kicked off. but it's interesting, Brandon. Seriously, even in the midst of that, this.
Yes, sir.
I still saw greatness in you.
You did.
And I told you. I said, I don't care. you're going to be great.
Right.
You're going to achieve some things. I mean, and my mom is driving him off, okay, and my Aunt Sherry's in the car. He's hanging out the window, and still saying stuff. And I said, but you're still going to be great. And man, I'm so proud as a big brother to have you by my side, to have you part of our ministry, to have you in our community.
I'm more grateful than anything that you would even see that, because most people at that time would have gave up on me or anybody else. I'm being honest with you. That you put me in a position that would be beneficial, but it wasn't beneficial because I still had not got all my foolishness out of me. Mm-hmm. And most people would have said that was it, but you didn't do that. You should have said, hey, he's not used to this type of atmosphere, right, but this is the atmosphere he needs to be in. Right. It's like tasting a chocolate cake and ain't your mom. Mm. And you say, it don't taste like mom. But it's a chocolate cake. Right. And you can get used to it. And what you done, you put me back into that atmosphere. And I was able to see with discipline that that's the place I need to be. Right. I might was uncomfortable. It might was uncomfortable because I wasn't used to it. But that place is success. Mm. So after that, that's when I came in and said, these kids might be uncomfortable, but boy, that's success. Wow. So what I keep doing is what you keep doing. No matter how they holler, cuss, clown, bow up at me, I still put them in that position. And I keep, because what's going to happen is you keep putting them there. They're going to use that surrounding. Wow. And that's what happened with me, with you. Wow. And that's how God blessed me in a situation.
I mean, and it's just phenomenal, you know, because we all plant seeds, right? So going back, okay, DYS.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, started 25 years ago. Now tell the story of Mayor and all, how that started.
Okay, Mayor Dukes came up with this idea because, including you guys, Doc Rock, senior class, they was leaving, going off to college, and they had a little fraternity or sorority. It was mixed with both of them, and they had a good thing going. It was Sigma, something. And they gave the name back to the name graders, which was us. We was 4 years under y'all. We changed the whole name from a positive name to G5G, gangster by gangster. That's basically what we was going to do. So our goal was to destroy the city. Nothing else. Work every day to destroy the city and go to school. But Mayor Dukes came with the idea, since it's the first game bangers in the city, let's come and give a youth service event to help the young people. Mm-hmm. So Mayor Dukes had the idea. He brought Bruce Jones in. Yep. They started a thing called the Decatur Youth Service based on me. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally based on me and the rest of my friends. Mm-hmm. And today, what they started, now I'm the director over. So I kind of like prophesied my job, if you want to say it.
Wow. I mean, just full circle. I mean, yes, literally from the organization being started for adolescents, yes, like you, yes, just okay, like to now you are over those same people.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's the power in your job and who you are. And I talk to many of your staff and others around the city and some councilmen and others. And you're doing a great job.
Thanks, sir.
But I know the job you're doing, the job we all do, is based because that's your purpose.
Yes, sir.
You know, you have a passion. You see yourself, right? Yes, and when you see yourself in others, you have just this gigantic heart. You have this gigantic energy to go out and help them, because we're in a time today that people just write our young people off.
They do that.
We write millennials off. We say there's no hope for them. There's no, and if you look at the tapestry of history,
yes, sir.
Young people have always been defiant in some kind of way, right? We went through phases up and down and all around, but that don't mean because we see them maybe not responding like we would,
yes, sir,
that there's no hope for them. And so an organization like you and what you're doing also in ministry and others, yes, with young people, I mean, it is phenomenal, because without people like you, Brandon, we're going to be in trouble, all the programs that y'all do.
Yes, sir. I mean, this is the thing, and it's easy to do. It's easy to give up on this generation because they won't listen. They're hard-headed, and we can get the whole list of it.
Right.
But listen to this, but it's much easier to try to help them. You say, no, yes it is, because you got to know your purpose. Because see, I wake up every day excited to help young people. It's in me. Wow. It's what pushed me. I'm going to get out of bed because of that reason. Not your young people that's doing right. And I'm cool with them too. Mm-hmm. I wake up very excited every day for the young people that's doing totally wrong that you want to get rid of. Because if I can get them to act right, woo,
wow,
that means you can go to your car safe. That means they can pay taxes.
Yeah.
That means they can get basic jobs and do good. Right. So you got to be a calling. God didn't call me to be a senior leader. He called you to be a senior leader. He called me to be a youth pastor, be along with you. Told him people got to know they calling. And let's just move God out the way. my life and purpose is to help young people.
Yep.
Because I just don't help save young people. I help unsaved young people too.
Right.
I don't have a certain people I help.
Right.
I help all people to come one man. And that's what my passion is, to see these young people succeed. This is the thing people don't know. If our young people don't succeed, life won't be over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's wrong with the jobs. We can't get the young people. So I'm trying to help the young people come about so life can keep going, and me and you can retire and get some insurance money.
Hey, I love that. You know, and it's so, and what I hear is like, man, y'all have Decatur Youth Services, you know, what you doing in ministry and all, you know, y'all, you see the potential in young people, you know, the connection. We see the potential. The potential is there.
Yeah.
We just got to put seeds in it. We got to water it. And we got to say, hey, you can do better. You know, you have some greatness in you.
Yeah.
I was last week. I was there in Madison County area,
Yes,
at a school. They have what we call a Man Up program.
Okay,
So
yes,
young, and I went to speak, guys, and I speak all around the world. Some of you all know, but mostly it's still adults, right?
Yes, sir.
I speak to kids every once in a while, and I went there. And I said, okay, let me put my Pastor Brandon hat on. Okay, let me put my Mr. Brandon hat on, and so I try to connect with them, and I let them know, hey, the greatness is in you, and I'm telling you, when I left and got to my car, Brandon,
Yes, sir.
I just felt good about them. I felt better about myself because they really was listening. They was leaning in, and I'm like, man, you know what? There is hope. But we got to do the work. We got to give them an opportunity. We have to give them a chance, because guess what? Somebody gave you and I a chance.
They did.
You know, other people helped us. You know,
And you might think, since you speak to adults only, you might say, man, I ain't got that swag, that grind. Let me tell you something. When you walk in there, the way you look and your success story, sometimes you ain't got to say a word. They look at you and say, that's who I want to be like, without you even talking. Because it's sometimes we don't have people like you that come out to the school or come out to places just to come out, because people like you, they think so high up.
Right.
But that you walked into that school, took out time in your schedule. That's what I do. I can't take out time in my schedule, and just me being there, not even saying nothing. And when you get ready to talk, they're like, wow, that's who I want to be like. I didn't even know you existed, but now I know you exist. And you want to know how it changed people. Even dealing with Decatur Youth Service, work with Decatur Youth Service in the city of Decatur. And we deal with, we got 36 programs.
Wow.
That we do. 36 programs that we do.
Wow.
Yes. We're in 5 different buildings.
Good Lord.
5 different buildings. And can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
And we still ain't doing enough. Hey, I'm telling you, because what we do, we try to come up with programs that'll match everybody. So you said this earlier, we were saying how we put people in boxes.
Right.
Can't do that.
Right.
Because everybody deal with different situations. Everybody don't want to play basketball.
That's right.
So you got to come up with drums. We got a drum set. Everybody want to play drums. So you got to come with an idea or art. But now we got a STEM program. You got to come with ideas that's going to pour these young people back into a positive way. You can't have just one idea. It's not going to work.
No.
In all 36 of this program, we're going to come up with another program. So our goal is to bring these young people in, the ones that just gave up on, and give them a positive attitude towards life itself.
You know, and you know, when I think about young people and those young people on the bubble, right?
Yes, sir.
Those young people who are struggling.
Yes, sir.
I think sometimes, you know, someone may be looking for love.
That's a good.
You
That's
know,
perfect.
and not just love as in, you know, I love you, but in action. You know, you think about it. If you come from a home, and that's not to knock any parent.
Yes, sir.
Because some are doing the best they can do, right? Based on how they was brought up, how their environment. But you know, you come from home and maybe nobody told you they love you. Maybe they never said, you know, you could do great. They never said you could achieve anything. If it was always negative,
That's right.
then that child, the environment says you will be nothing.
Right.
The environment says, you know, you can't achieve anything great.
Right. Totally.
You know, and then a person like you come along and say, hey, you know what? Hey, yeah, you may be behind, but you can work hard and get caught up. You know, yes, you can do some great things. Yes, you can go to college, or yes, you get you a trade.
That's right.
Or, you know, I mean, I think that love, if we demonstrate that to our kids, that it'll make a difference.
I think that is the key to success. Not just bringing church in here. I think it was key to Jesus' success.
Yeah, no.
You can beat me all day or whoop me or what we want to call it out of anger, but until you show me love, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. I ain't got no problem with people chastising kids or discipline kids, and that's fine. But if you ain't showing them love, it's almost a waste of time.
Wow.
Because what they need someone to say, I love you. Wow. And you might not think they listen. Man, they are listening to you. You said something very important. A lot of these kids ain't getting that at home.
Right.
Hey, okay, if I'm used to getting cussed out,
Yeah.
you think I'm gonna respect you? No. And if you come cussing at me, but if you show up and say, hey, before I even get into what you're doing, man, let's run to McDonald's right quick. And all the thing you doing is take me to McDonald's. Nothing else. That you took me to McDonald's.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, man, this man love me.
Right.
I'm gonna be open to you.
Right.
And I know it works because I take kids to McDonald's all the time.
Wow.
And I get everything out of them. Just McDonald's.
Right.
You ain't gotta take me to the steak, just McDonald's.
Right.
You might say, well, yes, you are showing I love you before you ask me 100 things to do.
Yeah. And I think that kids, you know, we as kids, we all been kids, right? You know, both of us in our 50s now. Can you believe that? I don't feel it, but that's the case. But you know, kids gonna be kids, but at the same time, and they may not like discipline, but if you give discipline with love, if you give instructions with love, and then teach them a better way, I think they'll be better. Because I remember growing up and us going to the boys club, Mr. Rogers, right? And you had priests and all those guys was there, and you know, and we get do something bad, they would get at us or take our ear or something. I ain't saying do all this stuff now, right?
Yeah, but they did.
But they did, and they did it all out of love. Or say, you know, I'm gonna tell Miss Sally on you,
that's right.
Or I'm gonna tell Johnny, whomever, right?
That's right.
And maybe you got in trouble, but at the same time, you know, it helped you. And without that, you know, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. And a lot of times people say, let's not say anything to them. And, you know, kids gonna be kids. Yeah, they are, but we have to show them and give them discipline and show them how to operate in the society. Because some don't know. They don't know. They don't know how to operate. They don't know what's ahead of them. They don't know even the opportunities that's there. You know, we talk about lead and achieve, right? We got to teach them how to be leaders.
Right. And I think that was so important what you said with these kids. We can't lead them like we was leading.
Yeah.
So we got to change up some things. I think things have changed up for me. People changed up a lot for me. We changed up some things. Not that we're not letting them get away, get in trouble. I ain't saying that. But maybe we have to take a different approach with them.
Yeah.
You know, because back when I was coming up, them big guys could holler at me.
Yeah.
And I just bowed down. Well, you can't holler at kids like that no more. I'm just telling you that. I don't holler at kids. You have to approach them with maybe a calmer voice. It's different. I'm just being honest with you. So when I came up with the idea, let me adjust to help them. So some situation, I adjust myself. I adjust to help them. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. It's worth helping them out because they don't know Doc Rock. They have not. Let me say this real quick.
No, go ahead.
We are blessed that our mama had us at a young age.
Yeah.
All three of us before she got to high school.
Yep, that's right.
We are radically.
I hope y'all heard that. Go ahead.
All three of us since she got out of high school.
Yeah.
And me and you are sitting here at the age of 50-something, living a life. We literally are directors and you're CEO. Look what God have done. It'll behoove us not to go back and teach these kids.
That's right.
We are examples.
That's right.
I mean, living examples of how it works.
Yep.
Me and you ain't got to talk. People talk about me all the time. They'll say, what is your biggest thing? This is what I said. My oldest brother. Everybody should look. Why? Because his success story make me look successful. So he succeeded, I succeed. So when I talk about me as helping youth, I said, but my brother helped grown folks. So you got the ducks on locks, I got the kids on locks. This the perfect thing we got right here.
That's true.
And that's the thing so important when people come in, they got to understand what they calling is and what it needs to be.
Boy, you said something. You know, so many adults, first of all, don't know their calling.
Yes, sir.
Don't know what it's supposed to be. And I'm not knocking you. I hope you learn, find that and find your purpose. But so we have kids growing up, and we want them to be a certain thing. Well, they may even want to be a certain thing, but they got to know where their gifting's at.
They do.
You know, my favorite book says, you know, your gift, your talent shall make room for you, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got to find that. And so we got to train them and teach them and show them that, hey, you have a gift, you have a talent, you have something to give the world. Now, you said something earlier that's profound, I think. You said you adjusted yourself to meet the needs of these kids.
Yes, sir.
And I think sometimes we as adults, I say we because I'm one, we don't want to adjust ourselves. We don't want to try to come up with a different way of doing things.
Sure.
We done it all our life this way. I'm not gonna change. These kids gonna change. But the deal of the matter is, we got to exercise some emotional intelligence.
You do, sir. That's
you
good.
know,
That's good,
and say, okay, and have some empathy, and say, okay, these kids are here. Yep, they different than we were. They different than maybe my children were. Okay, so I gotta adjust how I talk.
That's right.
I gotta adjust, what I say. I gotta adjust even my methods.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Because at the end of the day, I try to tell people, Brandon, and I'm preaching to the choir, as they say, is that at the end of the day, our goal is for them to do well.
That's how
it ain't for us. I mean, right? And so if our methods are not helping them to do well, and we don't want to change our methods, what does that say about us?
And that's the crazy thing you said. That you said something. You said we have always did it that way.
Yeah.
That's all I hear. But it's time for a change.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you what I know it's time for change. When COVID came out, we always did it that way. Everybody thought we were masks.
It did.
At first, only doctors were masks.
Yeah,
that's all.
true.
But now everybody went. So we adjust to it.
Right.
And what happened is you got to know to adjust. And I ain't talking about compromise. That ain't what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying change how you think on some things.
Right.
Be a little more. You said sympathy. Have a little more sympathy for the
Yes,
people who
right.
understand. And I said this, and I'm not afraid to say it. I left high school with a 1.4 GPA. I graduated from college with almost a 3.6.
Wow.
How?
1.4 to 3.6.
How?
Y'all better listen.
Cum laude. I mean, cum laude, really. Thank God for it. How did that happen?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Somebody told me that I can do greater from high school to college. The average person don't do that.
Right.
But somebody told me, my professor said, hang in there. You can do it.
Yes, right.
And they kept pushing me and pushing me.
Right.
So somebody stepped in as a leader that was older than me and says you can do it. So that's just say how you can do it.
Right.
By them saying they can do it, my grades was totally greater in college than it was in high school.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That is amazing, and what that says is that I don't care how hopeless a young person is.
That's right.
That if they living and their heart is beating, they have hope.
They have hope.
And so our job is to feed into that hope and say, okay, you may be on first base, but you can really come home.
Come on.
You can come home.
Come home.
And Brandon said something earlier, and it's so powerful. And I want to go back because there may be a young lady who's watching right now, or a young man who's watching right now, and maybe you failed time and time and time again. Maybe you've made some bad decisions because we look like our decisions,
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to tell you, it's still hope. Our mom had all three of us, myself, Brandon, and our younger sister Sheila, before she basically got out of high school.
Yes, she did.
I mean, really. She was 15 years old. And I'm not saying that to down her because she's doing well now. Yes. Husband just retired from pastoring. Dr. Franklin, raised us well. She's done a success herself. But so it's not to shame her, but to let people know that no matter where you start,
That's right.
where you start is not your ending.
That's right.
We start at the bottom. But that's not where we in, and where we at right now. We're going to another level after this, right? Okay, so I want to encourage somebody that you as a young person, maybe a young parent, and maybe you got young kids.
Right.
Don't you give up on your kids.
And I said, whenever you sit down and think about life just ain't going right for me or my kids, think about me. I ain't even gonna say think about him because he did everything right. I did. Think about me. I did not do it. I woke up every morning to do it wrong. No. My goal was to do it wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it right. But some reason, still, looked like all my classmates had bypassed me. Out of 325 people, I was 320. So it's 5 other people was less than me. Now, not to knock none of my classmates, I do pretty well with my top classmates.
Yes, you do.
I'm in the top 20.
Yeah, you are.
With my classmates now. How? How? Because somebody like you still believed in me. That's why I got to keep believing these young people. When everybody else said, he done, I don't want to fool with that young fella. He acting a fool, he clowning. You still saying, but it's hope. What? I know I'm clowning.
Yeah.
I know I'm acting a fool. But somebody crazier than me, because he had to be crazy than me to believe in me, and I'm crazy. Somebody crazier than me believed in me. And what it done, it gave me hope. Man. And so the only thing I'm trying to do with these young people, the most craziest kids, is I still believe in you.
Wow.
You still can make it. You still breathe.
Wow.
You can get out of jail and do good. You got it. You got it. Just keep hope to the end. Because guess what? You don't know which one gonna catch a fire.
No, man.
Because one gonna catch fire. One gonna catch fire.
You know, he says, you know, you don't know which one gonna catch fire. You know, that's what I tell people all the time, Brandon. I tell, treat everybody nice.
Yes, yes.
You know, I don't care what they have, what they don't have. Treat people nice because you don't know what that person gonna be.
You don't know.
You know, we judge young people, okay, by how they look, how they talk. You know, and it's funny. Growing up in grade school, and I made good grades. I made A's, y'all. I mean, I was smart, okay, but I couldn't talk very well, you know, in elementary school, and so I was in these high classes. They would pull me out to go to speech, okay, and so it's funny because people pay me lots of money just for 30 minutes to talk. Okay, when that was a hindrance, and I'm not saying I have the best oratorical skills in the world, but I'm gifted in get my point across.
Right.
I'm gifted in teaching people, right?
That's right.
So even something that may be a weakness right now, if you work at it, it may be a strength for you to do very, very well. You know, in the future, people call me my calendar is jammed. You know, with me. Speaking engagements and trainings and on emotional intelligence and all this stuff.
Well, think about that, what you just said, and you tell a young person what you just said. You just said you was a straight A student, and they pull you out of school. And the place where you are in your life from everything you do. Just think of one little kid saw that.
Yeah. Man.
And said, wow. And he been pulled out for speech right now too.
Mm-hmm.
They pulling him out. And he just looked at you and said, for one day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's where the hope come in. That's why I am so determined to don't stop.
Don't stop.
Till I get them where I'm at.
Yeah.
I said, when you believe in these kids, when everybody else stop believing in them, I believe in them.
Wow.
And then take a person like you and other people that you surrounded and say, hey, look it up. Look how he did it. Look what it done, it make them, because when they go home, and I tell people all the time, it's great that I reach my own key.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be great if I can reach somebody else's key.
That's it.
Because I ain't bringing it up at home.
Yep.
Mine ain't coming home.
Right.
So they got to do what I ask, or
Right.
I try to ask. But if you can reach kids that's not coming home.
Wow.
Oh, God, look what God's going to do.
And no, one thing that Mr. Walker said, and man, I'm so glad you came on to
I'm happy to be on.
Lead and Achieve. Won't you come back again? Do part 2 of this. You know, is that he said he was not going to give up on his kids, and I'm not giving up on them at all. You know, it ain't over until you win.
Till you win.
It ain't over until I win.
It ain't over till you win.
It's not over until I
win.
win. Okay, I'm telling you that. You know, we teaching it last week. It's not over until I win, and you got to understand that. And so it's time to win. It's time to go forward. Hey, I wrote a few books. I want to talk about some right quick. It's the last one I'll call No Bad Days. Listen, I don't have no bad days. Mr. Watkins don't have no bad days, okay? Our producer, Joshua, don't have no bad days. All right? It's no bad days. Why? And I teach principles of how to make every day a day of opportunity. I said seize your opportunity. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. All right? If you ever get one, you see me, I'll sign it for you. But I want you to know, no bad days. We're going to go forward. I close out after we give Mr. Watkins just a few last words to say, then we'll close out.
Last words to say, I am honored just to be here with you as brothers, what we're doing. He knows his purpose. I know my purpose. Any young persons out there, you're going through something. Hey, DYS is Indicator on 8th Street. Come talk to us. Our whole goal is to reach them.
Oh, man.
That's our whole goal.
Hey, so check out DYS there, Indicator, and all that Mr. Watkins is doing, and along with his wife, Marcy. And they got a heart for young people, and we're going to be there for them. We're going to support them, and we looking forward to seeing young people go up and be all God called them to be. Okay, so hey, this is Lead and Achieve, and tune us in every single month. Okay, no bad days. Maybe a bad few seconds, bad few minutes. Okay, but never ever bad few hours, but never ever a bad day. So here it is. It is Super Sunday. It is Marvelous Monday. It is Terrific Tuesday. It is Wonderful Wednesday. It is Triumphant Thursday. It is Fantastic Friday, and it's Successful Saturday. This is Mr. Watkins. I am Doc Rock. You join us at the top. We'll see you later.